him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Smack 'em a gob, everybody. It is time for the only news that matters. And Kerry King, he's been in the news lately, because of multiple reasons. One is that he has a brand new band that's hitting the road for tour dates, and the other is that Slayer has reunited for several festival dates later this year. His solo album, From Hell I Rise, will be released soon, but he's talking a bit about one of the biggest influences he has, which is Iron Maiden. He sat down with Riffix for an interview and talked a bit about Iron Maiden's era and Bruce Dickinson's solo album, The Mandrake Project. He says, I haven't heard Bruce's new album, but I have a friend who told me that it's better than Maiden. And it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing against Maiden, but their songs have gotten so long, man. And I just can't be bothered with it. And my attention span isn't that much. He also talked a bit about Judas Priest's new album, Invincible Shield, and he said, I haven't heard it entirely, but I heard a handful of songs on satellite radio, and some are, typical. I heard one that stood out, The Serpent and the King. That's really cool. It sounds like a progression of what Priest does. I enjoyed that one. I haven't heard the whole album, but I definitely will. Actually, I'm going to be playing with Priest in a couple of weeks. Well, there are some surprises, though, about the current era of Iron Maiden and for Judas Priest from King. Here's what he had to say about his own solo material for the upcoming album. Says, it's what I want to play. If I ever had something I wanted to do other than Slayer, this would have been the time to do it. But obviously I didn't, This is what I like. And this is why people like me, I think. While it's true that Iron Maiden songs have gotten longer over the years, especially in the new era, it's not like the older songs weren't that much shorter. King might just be a Diano era fan, who knows, like me. And either way, I can't say I agree with him, and he shouldn't, he should probably listen to the entirety of Invincible Shield. But Kerry King is gonna Kerry King at the end of the day. And all right, so there you go. Look, I don't really have a problem with long songs unless the long songs suck. And Iron Maiden, a lot of their long songs, to me, suck. Like Empire of the Clouds and so on. I mean, they're just terrible. But that new album, or their last album, Senjutsu, man, Death of the Cells is a long-ass song, and I absolutely love it. Doesn't matter. I don't have this short attention span like Kerry King and most people have. They just, it's too long. I remember before the Iron Maiden came out, they had the track listing and the times, and people haven't even heard it yet, and they were complaining, oh my God, these damn long songs. Oh. It's like, why don't you listen to it first and then pass judgment? But that's how the human race is. There's a lot of people out there that just love to be negative and so on. And, I'm guilty of it in some ways. I'll give you an example. Like Def Leppard is a great example. Before a Def Leppard album comes out, I'm like, this is going to suck. And I'm always right. Because ever since Hysteria, they've been disappointing me over and over again, where it gets to the part where, Joe Elliott hates to be called metal, and he's going to do everything in his damn power to make sure they don't do no metal albums anymore. Where the first three had, especially the first one, had metal elements. That was all gone by Hysteria. Once they lost an arm, they lost the metal in their music. Now, Kerry also talked about why Phil Anselmo is not on in the band, in his new band. He says, I've known Phil for decades. I've known Phil before Cowboys from Hell came out. He's been a friend of mine throughout the years, and all the business suits wanted me to go that way. My manager, my record company, my promoter, everybody, because it's going to put massive butts in seats, so to speak. But talking to Phil about it, I know this is too thrashy a project for him. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm saying I don't think he wanted to do it. But we did a little bit of legwork on it. And then, you know, the Pantera reunion came up, and that just blew it out of the water. And we all know that Slayer, you know, wanted to end because Tom just didn't want to do it no more. And Kerry did want to continue doing it. You know, he said that Jeff Hanneman's death weighed particularly heavy on Uriah, and that if he were still alive, the guitarist would have wanted the Thrashers to remain active. If Jeff was still alive, would there be another Slayer record? Who knows? I mean, Jeff weighed on Tom a lot, and I think Jeff not being around had a lot to do with Tom leaving Slayer. But you know, it's that fucking dumbass Jeff was still alive, he'd be wanting us to play. I know he would. And if I played this album, the new one, his solo album, From Hell I Rise, for Jeff, he would fucking love it. King also expressed his frustration at Slayer's retirement 5 years ago. He said, me not being in Slayer sucks. I want Slayer to exist, so this is the only way I know how to do that. To me, it would be weird to do anything else. He said, these 3 festivals are right around the 5-year anniversary of our last tour, which I thought was kind of cool. So I thought this might be a right time to test the waters. It will be great to play for the fans again. You know, and the guitarist said in the new issue of Metal Hammer when he appeared on the cover of the Timing of Slayer's comeback announcement was not his favorite. The announcement came and people got all excited or all pained about it, but hopefully when I release another song, the attention will switch back to my record. From Hell I Rise comes out on May 17th, and King will tour extensively with his solo band to promote the album. I am looking forward to Kerry King's album. I really like that first song he released, but that video he released, the second song, I wasn't too crazy about it. But we'll see. I really like Mark's voice. You know, I'm a big Death Angel fan, so I'm excited that Mark got the job. I'm more excited of Mark singing than Phil. I love Phil. Don't get it twisted. Let's cut the deck. Phil Anselmo is one of the greatest frontmen I've ever seen live. But I think Mark would be a better fit. That's how I feel, you know. And yeah, and Phil Demo and Bostoff. Solid lineup. I look very much forward to it, and I'd go see it live if it comes my way. Hopefully the album will be good. So I am looking forward to that coming out very soon. And what do you all think, man? Are you like sick of these long Maiden songs? Do you not have an attention span like Kerry King? Or are you like me that you like long songs as long as they're good? You know? Because, hey man, I mean, you want to talk about long songs, go back to the earlier Maiden stuff. You know, you had 22 Acacia Avenue, Hallowed Be Thy Name. Great songs. The Tame a Lamb, I love it. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, awesome. And I even liked Alexander the Great. I love a lot of Maiden long songs. But yeah, on the later albums, no thank you, except I love Death of the Celts. And I didn't mind the other long songs on Sujitsu. But that's my opinion. What's yours? Leave it in the comments below. And I want to thank you all for watching the only news that matters. You all rule. I hope you're subscribed to my channel. If you're not, please subscribe to my channel and click that little notification bell. And in case you are subscribed, please check to see if you're still subscribed, because people are getting unsubscribed for no reason, multiple times. So please keep checking and see if you're still subscribed. If not, please come back and subscribe to my channel because I need you. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.